Hello, everybody. Welcome back to school. I am sharing this video with you in hopes that you are in class with me right now. And I'm probably standing off to the side watching you watch this video. Just a couple things. This video is just a kind of introduction to who I am. Most of you know me, and if you're in kindergarten, first grade, you might not. We are currently having art class in your regular classroom. And eventually we'll come back to the art room, and I'll actually give you a quick tour of it before I end this video. But just kind of a couple little cool things about this, about me and whatnot, is that I am Mr. Canfield. I am the art teacher. And you can see on my presentation, I am all about some pop culture. I love cartoons and video games and Disney and Marvel and all kinds of great stuff. So you'll see throughout this whole video or this presentation some cool things. Now, this is currently my 9th year of teaching. I taught 1 year in middle school, and then I taught at a school down the street for about 5 years called Arnett and Howell Elementary, so 2 schools technically. And then I came here about 3 years ago. So this is technically going on my 3rd year at Florence. And you could see that the picture from my couple years ago in the art room when we did Day of the Dead masks over here. And then this is just me over the summer when I was just doodling, having fun, drawing, watching TV during our quarantine days. Another cool thing about me, I have 4 dogs. I know a lot of dogs. I have the oldest right here on the bottom is Hunter. He is currently about 13 years old. Then I have Olive, which she's about 9. And then Atticus, Addie, she's up here, the white Bashan. She is probably about 5. And then my youngest right here with his little tongue out, that's Mars. And he's a stinker. He's obviously a goofball. And the youngest, he's about 3 now. They all live with me in Bellevue, Kentucky, which is close to Newport. If you know where Newport on the Levee is, I'm about 5 minutes from downtown Cincinnati. And right there is Psyduck, my favorite Pokemon. So some cool things. You'll hear about my dogs throughout the year. They are all a little goofy, but I love them to death. Also, obviously, I love art. I wouldn't be an art teacher if I didn't love art, and I practice my own art all the time. I really love clay. At one point, I was really big into teapots, and I would create all these different types of crazy teapots. Some were very like susical and like crazy, and they all worked. So you could put them on. Technically, you could put real tea in them and use them. And then over time, I worked on different things like bowls and cups and whatnot. And of course, I love to draw and color and paint. Last year, we did this really cool mural type thing with wings. If you were here last year, you couldn't remember. So I love big things on the walls, just like stuff that just stands out. I also love the theater. I go every year. Last year, I went to probably 9 different musicals or plays. There's just a couple that I had. I also went to like The Lion King. I went to New York just to see Wicked, which is about the Wizard of Oz. So I love, love, love the theater. The first play I'm going to this year won't be until January because of the COVID, and that will be in January. So I got plenty of time to wait, but typically, I go every month, and it's one of my fun, exciting things I do on Thursday nights. A couple other little things about me. I love Legos. You can see some of my favorite students up here. Actually, everybody's my favorite, but creating some Lego structures and whatnot. I also love video games, which I don't play very often because first things first, I always get my work done before I play. So I went last year to a gaming conference in November. I love trivia. That's why I'm the academic team coach here at Florence Elementary. You could see my team from last year, which we were really successful. And then I love to travel. And last year I didn't really get to travel much because of all the COVID stuff, but you could see the beach in the background. That was the one thing I got to do. I got to go to Hilton Head just to be on the beach for a couple days, which was awesome. Usually I like to go all over the world. I've been to Europe, I've been to Paris, I've been to South America, I've been to Belize, I've been to all kinds of places. So I'm hoping after everything kind of calms down, I'm able to travel a little more. A couple of rules, just quick things that we're going to go over real fast. And this will apply in my classroom, but also in your classroom right now when I'm in here. First and foremost, raise your hand. And I will say this many times, even through this presentation. If you need me, please raise your hand. Don't get up to get me. Don't scream out. The best way to get my attention is just raising your hand for anything. Obviously, be your best. Follow directions. We're in your classroom right now, but if we go, if obviously one of the rules in the classroom is that you have to follow a certain procedure, please do so. And I would love for you to participate in everything we do. Respect. I will be giving you some art materials that you'll be using. Please use those. Take care of them. Don't ruin them. So we can have them all year. And then volume control. Obviously, we'll have fun in here, but we got to make sure we keep our voice levels down. We don't want to get too loud because there are classes around us right now that will be having class. So we don't want to interrupt anybody, okay? So just a couple rules. These are some rules that we'll follow in the art room, but make sure that we are following those. And if your teacher happens to be in here, your classroom teacher, because they're working on their computer, doing anything, and I'm in here and it's special time, please, or unified arts time, please do not interrupt them. Come to me, raise your hand for me, and I will come to you, okay? Unless it's an emergency. Also, like I said, just as an attention getter, if you need me, raise your hand. No screaming out. I will come to you. I will take care of it. This helps keep us in our little space too with everything that's going on. We don't want to pass on germs and bacteria. Seats and music. So remember, you always want to stay in your seats. Raise your hand if you need something. Also, I love to listen to music as we make art. At some point or another, I'll put on music so we can listen to it, obviously quietly. If we're not working, if we're not doing what we're supposed to, I won't put on music. It's kind of like a reward. So make sure we are always doing what we're supposed to. And then another big thing is I will be seeing a lot of students throughout the day. Please always put your name on the back of your work. Even if I don't collect it, as a good artist, they always put it in the kind of in the corner. You just want to put it on the back just so it's easier to get it back to you, especially if I collect it and have to give it back to you the next day or so on or so forth. And most importantly, as I wrap this up, let's have the best year ever. We want to make sure that this is going to be exciting and fun, and hopefully we go to green status so we can get back to the art room and we can hang out in there and we can work, okay? So it's all about being flexible. I'm really excited to be with you guys this year. I'm really excited to come and create. I'm happy we're back in school. So if you need anything from me, please don't hesitate to ask. But also, let's make sure we're following the rules of the school, of the classroom, and obviously with me, okay? And real quick before I go, I just wanted to kind of show you the art room. Most of you remember it from last year. So we got posters all over the board. We have our little anchor activity area. So eventually when we go to green, we can play with Legos and whatnot if we have time after our projects. Because first things first work, then play. Then, I have just some stuff around the room, supplies. There's are the rules right there that I just went over. You could see my really cool door with the magical elf, Roy G. Biv. You have my board with all the famous artists. Our principles and elements of arts, which I've discussed if you remember your virtual videos, which we will use those a lot this year. We have painting racks. We have the kiln. Kiln's very important. We never want to touch that because if it's on, it's really hot. That's for clay, and it's very expensive. Of course, my little workstation. And then our board, the dry erase board, and so on and so forth. So the room will be obviously social distance, and we'll sit 6 feet apart and whatnot when we go to green status. So hopefully that's soon enough, okay? Well, we're about to start our first art lesson. So please enjoy your day, enjoy the year, and remember, if you need anything at all from me, please do not hesitate to ask.